I love this quote from Mike Quick. He said, "We're blessed with this opportunity to live our dreams, and not many people get to do that." Today, we're going to explore a question from a viewer. A young couple said, "We want to try and retire at 55. Is that something that's even possible for us?" So today, we're just going to break down their scenario and some things to be aware of if you're looking to potentially retire early here in the Raleigh area. So here's our scenario. We're going to call this person our retirement dreamer. This couple, husband is 50, the wife is 48. They have saved roughly $2,250,000 for retirement. They live right here in the suburbs of Raleigh. And their question is, hey, with what we've saved in the next 5 to 7 years at 55, could we retire? Will we be okay? They also have no major debt. Their house has about $600,000 of equity. And they've also put aside funds to help their kids with college already. They definitely have the opportunity to retire at 55 if they want to. But there are some things that we've got to be aware of, and let's go through those today. I think the biggest thing for this couple to consider right off the bat is if they're going to retire at 55, they're going to need to consider the healthcare costs up until they reach age 65 and they can go on Medicare. A couple of options. Obviously, you could just use private insurance for that 10-year period. Based on health factors, it could be expensive. Another option is maybe the wife works because she's a little bit younger for a few years, maintain some health coverage through the employer. And another potential option, I know it doesn't give them full retirement at 55, but maybe they decide to work part-time where they're still eligible for some of those healthcare benefits. I think the most important thing is let's determine what healthcare looks like from 55 to 65. I think another thing to consider here in the Raleigh area, the cost of living and the future spending. Retiring early could potentially lead to spending a little bit more money, and depending on your activities and where you live in Wake County or surrounding Raleigh area, could add to some increased future living expenses. Balancing and understanding, currently what you spend, and then understanding when you have more free time, are you going to spend more? The next thing is really understanding and making sure that you do have a plan, right? On many of our episodes, we've talked about that. Really, and maybe most importantly, making sure you have an income plan. Saving a little over $2 million, that's a significant amount of money. Kind of your generic financial advice would be, hey, let's follow the 4% rule. If you follow the 4% rule, that means you could draw down about $90,000 a year from your portfolio, and using all the analysis that should, last you 30, 35 years. There are other things to consider, right, to give you that secure income. What tools and investments could we use to guarantee some of that, making sure that a piece of what we've got, we don't have to worry about, but definitely building out a financial plan, considering all these factors is going to help somebody who's looking to retire early. I think another thing to consider is, if you could have everything you wanted in retirement, right? To live more, leave your mark. What is that dream? What's that vision? Understanding and having a vision for what you're going to do in retirement, how you're going to spend your time, maybe charities you're involved with, volunteer work. Really, what's your purpose? What's going to get you up every day? Possibly another one of the most important things, in my opinion, is understanding, long-term views. Wisdom is understanding what we do today and how does that impact us 10, 15, and 20 years from now. So making sure we have a process to periodically review where we're at. I refer to this as game film study. Every time we practiced, played a game, somebody was recording what was going on, and we reviewed that. I think your plan in retirement needs that as well. Are we reviewing the film periodically, looking to see what's working, what's not working? Because the one constant we know is there's going to be change. And those that have the ability to call audibles, make adjustments, and embrace the change, they're the ones that are going to have the most success. So to close out today, if you're like the viewer who sent us this question and looking to potentially retire early here in the Raleigh area, find somebody that you trust, that you can partner with, that can take you through a process to accomplish your goals and your dreams. Feel free to reach out to our firm here if you want to look at some professional advice. We're glad you're here today. Thanks for joining us for another Live More, Leave Your Mark. Total Retirement Game Plan episode. Enjoy.